Hi, it's Trevor, your Pride Fairy, and this is Discovering Gay History. You've asked for it, here it is. We're doing Harvey Milk today. Let's go! Harvey Milk was born in 1930 and died in 1978. Harvey Milk joined the Navy during the Korean War. Harvey Milk's first serious relationship was to Jo Campbell, whom he met in 1956. This relationship would mark his longest relationship, coming in at 6 years. After the split up with Campbell, he met Jack McKinley. This is where he started to get involved in politics, but surprising to me, with the Republican Party. With his new boyfriend in 1964, he worked on the Goldwater presidential campaign. It was while with McKinley that he began to move around the country. He ended up in California while following a Broadway tour of Hair. McKinley worked for that tour. It was after that, when McKinley got a job offer to work on Jesus Christ Superstar in New York, that their relationship came to an end. In 1970, Harvey Milk's politics really changed. When the US invaded Cambodia, he began to grow his hair long and take a much more left approach to American politics. Harvey Milk then met Scott Smith. They shortly moved to San Francisco after meeting, and they survived on the little money that they had saved up until then. And after a roll of film that Harvey left at a camera shop was ruined, they decided to open up their own camera shop. And they opened that shop in 1973 for a small sum of $1,000. As he began to familiarize himself with the gay neighborhood, the Castro in San Francisco, he started to get more and more involved in politics. He had a pretty icy reception to local politics, especially in the gay scene. When he first started, he was looking to be elected as a city supervisor and asked for a pretty substantial member of the community to back him. There was some resentment there that this young guy was expecting endorsement, just like, you know, fresh, with no experience. So he had a hard time getting his footing. But Milk was young and fiery and gave these impassioned speeches, and it actually got him a lot of attention during his campaigning in 1973. He did something smart with this campaign. He focused on the fact that small businesses were sort of being eaten up in San Francisco by these big corporations, and that was getting him some attention. And at that election, he earned 16,900 votes. That put him in 10th place out of 32 candidates. And he pretty much swept the Castro and the other liberal neighborhoods in San Francisco. Now, had the districts been cut up a little bit differently, he would have won right then and there. Because of his success in this first election and being new and a real leader in the Castro, he decided to run again in 1975. This time he cleaned up his act a little bit. He cut his hair, he put a suit on, he vowed to never go to the gay bathhouse again. That wasn't true. But he said that that's what he was gonna do. And the camera store became the epicenter of his community and of his campaign. And he was well known for like pulling people off the street to come help him with his campaign. It was really this like community grassroots effort. It brought a lot of attention on the campaign. And in 1977, Harvey Milk is elected to the Board of Supervisors in San Francisco. This makes him the first openly gay man to serve public office in the United States. The swearing in made national headlines. In November of 1978, Harvey Milk led protests against a bill that would allow for firing of gay employees. And it worked. In 1978, Dan White resigned from his position, stating that the annual salary of $9,600 was not enough to support his family. He quickly requested that his resignation be withdrawn and that he be reinstated. But the mayor decided to take this opportunity to appoint someone that better aligned with the politics of the office. The mayor was going to announce White's replacement the afternoon of November 27th, 1978. Dan White avoided the metal detectors in City Hall and found himself in the mayor's office. There were raised voices and gunshots. The mayor had been assassinated. White then reloaded his gun and intercepted Harvey Milk going to the mayor's office. He asked him to join him in the office and then assassinated Harvey Milk as well. Mayor Moscone was 49 and Harvey Milk was 48. The evening of the assassination, up to 40,000 people led a candlelight vigil in the Castro, congregating in front of Harvey Milk's famous camera shop. Dan White was sentenced to 7 2/3 years in prison for the assassination of the mayor and Harvey Milk. Dan White was released after just over 5 years in prison. Later that year, he was found dead from carbon monoxide poisoning in a running car in his garage. Harvey Milk was one of the 50 names added to the National LGBTQ Wall of Honor at the Stonewall Inn here in New York. As always, please like, share, subscribe, donate most importantly to this week's fundraiser found on my Facebook page. Happy Pride, and we'll see you tomorrow on Discovering Gay History.